Hi guys, it's Kim, Forever Fierce Over 50, and I had in a video not too long ago talked about how I make some extra money, and I do it with voiceover. And excuse me, my cat wants up. Anyway, they asked if I could share some information on how to get started with voiceover. So that's what I'm going to do today. So let's go. All right, so I have my vocal booth downstairs, and I used to have it in my office upstairs, but that turned out to be a bit noisy, so I've got it in my husband's studio room. So let's start out by, I'll show you what my setup looks like. And my setup is not fancy by any stretch of the imagination. And it is a little bit dark, so I'm going to do my best to shed some light on it. And here we go. All right, so thank you for doing that. John opened up. See, I've got, this is my husband's room. Again, I had my stuff upstairs, but this is what we did. John, you want to show everybody what you did since you put this together for my soundproofing?
Oh, for the baffling?
Yeah.
I put this up.
Oh, wait, hang on one second. All right, just so you understand, you want to do it in a sound-treated area. You want it as quiet as possible. And this is something that was suggested to me, and it works out great. So go ahead, John.
Yeah, we got these blankets to put up on here.
They're moving blankets.
Yeah, they're moving blankets. And I had some...
Well, show what those dividers are, John. They had it on Amazon, and I'll put links for all this stuff down below.
We got these. Got a bunch of these. They're acoustic tiling or acoustic
foam panels. Yeah.
And we put them up on the inside, all along.
And I'll show that if I can.
There's a whole bunch of them that are lined.
It's dark in there, but you can see on that wall over there. And this is going to minimize reflections from your walls. And the reason I have that blanket up over top is because without that, I was getting a ton of reflections. But talk about those panels that you have the blankets hanging on.
Well, these panels, we've got acoustical tiling here.
Yep. These
things were bought on Amazon.
And they're like room dividers, right?
Yeah, room dividers, that's all. And it's got this, it's just a divider.
Fabric, yeah.
And we put all the stuff on it, and it works great. You can move them around if you need to adjust them differently. Sometimes we close them up.
Completely, yeah.
That helps a little bit, but then we have these acoustical things on the wall here. Mm-hmm. They help the whole room, quiet the whole room down. And
deadens it
on the floor.
Yeah, you want to have carpet on the floor. If you don't have carpet for your floor, throw some blankets down there. Just something to deaden it so the sound doesn't vibrate off of there.
Buy a cheap carpet and put it in there.
Yeah. Do we have anything to light that section up in there? Here, what if I do this?
But you could turn your computers on so all the screens are on. That would do it.
Yeah, that would. Trying to shed some light on the subject, and it's a little difficult.
So I just...
Oh, that helps. That's good. All right, so here, you want to hold the camera while I go in there and just come. All right, so this is my setup. I've got a plastic folding table, okay? My equipment is a cheap computer. It's cheap, but it does the job. Let me So I use voices.com to get to get the jobs. So voices.com, you go on there, you can sign up for a free membership. They have a paid membership too. I did the paid membership, but honestly, I make more from the free membership, so I didn't renew the paid membership. I might down the road, but as of right now, I'm making way more on the free membership. So you will get invited to do, from voices.com, you'll get private invites when you have the non-paid membership. You're going to fill out your profile and all that stuff, and you'll get some of this stuff for the AI training on the free stuff. It was the first project I ever did. And I use Adobe Acrobat, not Adobe Acrobat, I'm stupid. Sorry. Adobe Audition. I use Adobe Audition. Let me pull that up, show you what that looks like. Now, Adobe I pay for, but you can do, what is it, Dad? Audacity. Audacity is a free site that you can use for audio recording. But I like this the best. So it's what I use to record my audio. I have a microphone set up, and it's got its own little, what is this?
It's annoying. Oh, it's just the mic.
It's just a soundproofing around the mic.
Yeah.
This is what is it, Daddy?
A Neumann 102, TM 102.
And that's my mic. And to hook the microphone to the computer, you have to have an interface. This is my interface. It's what does that say? Focusrite. It's a Scarlett. If you type in Scarlett, and I'll put all the links below, but this is what I use for my interface. This plugs into the computer with a USB, and then your mic plugs into here. You're good to go. Your headphones go in there. So, and you have to use good headphones. These are Yamaha. John picked these out for me. He has ones he likes better, but this is good for me. I like these. So I put on my microphone. When I get an audition, I record the audition and submit it. With the AI work, when I get an audition, I send in my audition. They'll tell me if I got the job. They'll send me the scripts. I record the scripts. But now they're doing a new thing where they started using their own recording studio. So it's actually even easier. I just pull up their site, the project. You can see here that I don't have any new things right there. This is if you need to do any revision. Okay, so I'm logged in. I can go to approved, and you can see all the scripts that I've done and been approved. So that's this current project that I'm doing right now. Pays $395 per finished recorded hour. So whenever you get paid in a project, it's going to be from finished hours. So it might take you 2 hours to do a finished hour. This one actually averages about 4 hours to get a finished hour, but still that works out to about $90 an hour. So still pretty good. Anyway, I'll get a nice check for that. You can get paid from a check. You can do direct deposit. I just have them send me a check. But it is a great way to make some extra income. The more you can feasibly do this full time. I would like to get to a point where I can do voiceover full time. I'm not there yet. I have done projects, jobs outside of the AI stuff. But again, I've made way more money doing the AI stuff. And I would say last year I probably made 20K on that. Wouldn't you say, John? Somewhere in there. But but it's very easy. And if you make a mistake, you go back and you fix it. And if you guys want to know more about using Adobe Audition, how to edit, stuff like that, let me know, because I can do a video on that. We can do some live editing, and I'll show you how it works. But it's not hard. Getting these things has actually been pretty easy. There's a few other things that you can do to do voiceover, but this one has been the one that has worked out the best for me so far. It's consistent. I consistently get jobs throughout the year. There are some things where you can get, if they clone your voice, you can make $100,000. There's a couple of projects I'm up for, hopefully to get cloned like that. That would be great. But they have a lot of projects. And again, I didn't renew my subscription, but you can see, let me go to voices.com. This is what the website looks like. You log in. And you'll see, oh, I've got 2 more private invites. If you get shortlisted for a job, that means they listened to you and they liked it. You might get chosen, you might not. There's public invites. That's the regular commercial work. But again, I didn't renew my subscription this year. But I can still access my private invites. And voices.com takes 20%. But 20% of something is better than 100% of nothing. I mean, I get 80%, so I'm good there. Oh, what happened? When I can, I would like to get a much more powerful computer for this. This is just a cheap computer. Let's see, how much do you think I spent on equipment?
Not much. I mean, microphone you got for free.
Well, so this is a bit more of an expensive microphone. You can get started with a much less expensive microphone. And John, talk about what you think.
Well, there's
here. Let me.
Microphone actually is pretty reasonable. It's a Neumann, which is is the best microphone you can buy, actually, and you can get that. That one I got, I paid, I think it was $470 or $450, something like that. It's used, but they brand new. They're like $700, and that's cheap.
You can talk about some cheap ones that you
can get an RE20 that's about $300.
And what would be the lowest end for somebody to get into? Like a Shure or something like that? Yeah,
I see a lot of people using the Shure microphone. It's not a condenser mic, but it's a dynamic, and everybody seems to be using it on their videos and on everything. It sounds pretty good. You can get it for around $200, and they plug right into your computer. They sound pretty good. But I really recommend a condenser mic. That takes phantom power, and it's just much cleaner. And a dynamic mic is more bottom heavy than anything. And it's a good mic. They're good. Shure microphones are probably the best you want to get if you're going to get a dynamic mic, like a Shure 56, a 57 or a 58, or a Neumann. But you got to watch. Some condenser mics are kind of noisy, but that's why I suggest the Neumann. Now, you might as well get a good mic if you can for a low price.
I do recommend having a good computer, because this takes up a lot of space. Oh, that's another thing I have is what is it called? A memory thing. It's got like a terabyte of memory. I don't know why this isn't. Why is my computer being such a pain in the butt? I'll probably have to restart it. Yeah, this computer is a pain in the butt because it's a piece of crap. If it was a stronger computer with more RAM and everything, it would work much better. But I don't have that kind of money to put into a new computer right now. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And that's what I got to do. But for me, talk about this arm, this thing that the microphone's on.
It's just a mic stand, actually. You can get it for about, would you pay for that?
I don't know, it was like $20, $30, something like that.
Yeah, that works good.
But do you recommend that type of a mic stand or something that's tabletop?
Well, it depends on what you feel comfortable with. I know you would like to use a table mic stand for your videos, but that's the best way to do it. It doesn't move around. It doesn't on the table, so it does. It's not on the table, so it doesn't rattle. If you bump into it, it won't make any noise.
And I will say too that for me, one thing that I have noticed, this plastic table, I do get reflections from this. So I take one of those square. Hand me that square back there. I take one of these things and I just stick it underneath there, and I'm good. So that keeps that good. So the main things is to have a good setup. If you're trying to get work other than the AI stuff, you definitely got to do demos. Have demos on, like if you join voices.com or whatever, you have to have good demos. My demos need some improvement, but they're not bad. But the more demos you have out there, the more you're going to get auditions. You can do a ton of auditions and get 0 jobs. You could do, a small amount of auditions and get a lot of jobs. It just depends on, and it's not necessarily like a specific type of voice unless the audition is looking for that. And I'm trying to get this stupid thing open so I could show you what all that looks like. But there's a few of the jobs, and it seems a little sketchy when they first started doing it. It felt really sketchy. I was afraid it wasn't them. But it asks you to go click this link to go apply at this other thing, which I've done. I've done it many times now, so it's not a sketchy thing. It's actually the way they do it. On a lot of the AI stuff, they route it through a different part of the company. So instead of submitting the way you would normally submit, you do it through a different link, and it's okay. But if I could get the page to come up. I do not know why this is doing this. It doesn't make any sense. I've never had a problem getting on there before. And what's the other one? Voice 1, 2, 3. Let's try that. There's another site you can go to. It's Voice 1, 2, 3. They're actually more expensive. People say you can make more money on there, but honestly, I've never gotten a job from them. These guys are much harder to get work through, but you can. And they list the jobs here that you can audition for, and then you click on it and you see if it's something that you want to do, that you're capable of doing. And like this says, project description, Mara is a woman in her 30s. The book has a cottage in the woods, gothic fantasy feel. Oh, is this a book voiceover? An audio project? Audiobook thing? I don't like those. Audiobooks, and I've done, where you do you read the audiobooks. My brain just stopped. I hate it because That's a lot of work for not a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. It's a pain in the butt. Her voice is normally adoring and tender, but she is strong. Other characters have an Irish flair. I don't picture her with a thick accent, but maybe a little something. Have fun with it. So, yeah, it's an audiobook. I don't like doing audiobooks. It's way too much work. But this one, it doesn't even say how much it pays. That sucks. They'll tell you how much their budget is, and you offer, you're in your audition, you tell them how much you're willing to do it for. Whatever their budget is, that's what I say I'm willing to do it for. I don't cut it for less. It doesn't help you get a job. In fact, sometimes they won't hire you because you're asking for less, because you're new and you may not know what you're doing. So, but there's all kinds of different, like you might find commercials for radio. You might find commercials for something they're going to use on TV or the internet. There might be phone message things that these companies will hire voices to do their training documentation, their training videos, the recorded messages on their phones. All that's voiceover work. So there's tons and tons of stuff. Right now, there's tons of AI work, though. Just tons of it. And it ranges in, some might pay very little, all the way up to huge amounts of money. And if you get it, it's good money. And I've been very consistent with voices.com. So if I can ever get them coming up, I don't know why I can't get to the site right now, but it's not working. But we'll do another video where we go over that, how to submit from start to finish, if that's something you'd like to see. Yeah, I don't know why the site must be down. There's something wrong. Any case, yeah, that's how I do it. And then you can either, like I said, get a check. You can get direct deposit. It's very, very easy. And I like it. I like it a lot. Some projects can be really, really frustrating. But I'm happy to help if you get some work or you want to get some work and you want me to do more videos on how to do that. It is great for older people because it's just, and it doesn't necessarily depend on the type of voice you have. You just want to make sure that you're not you'll start to hear when you're doing it. You don't want to have popping sounds in the microphone. You don't want to have, you want to have a very clean, sharp mouth, not a lot of saliva stuff going on. I don't know. That's pretty much it. John, can you think of anything else?
Well, you covered it pretty good, I think.
Okay. So, yeah, that's how I do voices.com, how I get my AI work. I have gotten a couple other things outside of that, but this honestly is the best way to go. I'll put a link, like I said, down below for all the equipment that I use. What we suggest is good, and including all the soundproofing. But you can get started even without ordering stuff like this. You got blankets. You got pillows. You got couch cushions. You can build yourself a little couch cushion.
In your closet with all your clothes in.
That's another thing too. A lot of people start by just setting up a station inside your closet. And I've done that too. It works. The clothes in your closet deaden the sound. So it works really well. And tons of people do it. And yeah, so give it a try. Let me know if you need some help. If you want more videos like this, happy to do it. But yeah, this is a great way to earn some extra money. And hopefully some full-time money down the road. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.